Hey everybody, what is up? It is Patrick from Magnetic Nerds, and today I'm going to jump into a genre that I have never touched before. And I really don't know why. It kind of fits everything we do here, and I really like it. So, yeah, I'm going to jump into Lord of the Rings with an iconic sword. Well, pieces of an iconic sword. Narsil is coming up.
At this point, at this stage in the game, I think it's safe to say we all know how I kicked this project off. But for the sake of continuity, let's do this one more time. I found a file, I sent it to my printer, and in the end, I have a pile of plastic parts. The inspiration for this project came from the Rings of Power series. We here at Magnetic Nerds wanted to ride a wave of interest and enthusiasm for the Lord of the Rings, and well, I do enjoy the franchise and the fandom, so it was definitely time to make something from the iconic fantasy world of Tolkien. However, I didn't meet that deadline. I got a little too big for my britches and thought, you know what? I'm making this 100% out of wood. This is going to be my first epic woodworking video. But I am not Bobby Duke, and I failed miserably. So I hit the hard reset button and went with something I know, 3D printing. I employed both 3D printers for this project. The resin printer got the detailed parts, and the Prusa got all the pieces of the blade. The pieces of the blade were also printed in PETG, just to help give those parts a little more sandability. Once the printers finished doing their part, I had a few things to assemble, and then was on to the inevitable part of every 3D printed project, sanding. With Narsil being a sword, I sanded, and I sanded, did a few coats of primer, then I sanded some more, and then, when I thought I was done sanding, I sanded even more. There were a few gaps and holes left over from the printing process, and then there was whatever this was. I don't know what my Prusa was doing and decided to throw me a little curveball for this project. However, to fill in all those imperfections, I used some deluxe putty, and then for the really wonky parts, I used Milliput. If you're enjoying this project, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more nerdy content. painting process kicked off with a gloss black paint. Anytime I'm doing metallic finish, I always start with a gloss black paint. Next up is to make the shiny thing look shiny. So I reached for a rattle can of dark steel spray paint. However, this was actually too dark a silver, so off screen I actually went back over it with a lighter silver color. After all the silver paint had cured, I reached for what is becoming my go-to with any kind of a silver or gunmetal or even a steel finish, graphite powder. The way it helps out that metallic finish, I just love it. The last bit of painting that needed to be done was to make sure all the little gold bits looked gold. So I did that with some gold paint. Crazy, right? The final step in completing this epic journey is to bring the 3 large pieces of the handle together. So you had the pommel, the hilt, and the part of the blade that did not shatter over Sauron's finger. And the absolute last tiny little bit I had to do was wrap the handle in leather. And now let's have a look at the final sexy shots.
I struggle tremendously closing these videos out, and I'm lucky there's the magic of video editing that you don't see me muck around for hours trying to figure out how to say this was really fun. So I'm going to try something new.